Would the graduates please rise for a moment? That's okay, you can sit down now. I've always wanted to do that. So, how's everybody feeling tonight? Okay, good. That's good because we've got 20 cards worth of fun to go through here.
Before I get the ball rolling, I just want to ask one question of you. Friday we had what was kind of the Woodstock of our generation, otherwise known as Isani Country Camping. Now, just to satisfy my personal curiosity, does anybody know what happened to the second picnic table? Okay, I'm just wondering. All right, then, let's get the speech started here. I'd like to thank you all for giving me the opportunity to speak tonight. It's kind of been one of my lifelong dreams to ramble on incoherently in front of a group of 2,000 people. And I should warn you that I've never been to a graduation before, so I really don't know how these things work or what they say in these speeches. I wrote this speech at lightning speed under severe mental strain. It's kind of a straight-from-the-gut effort. They didn't give me any real guidelines to follow, so basically you're stuck with what I wrote. One thing I am going to promise you, though, is that I'm not going to try to preach to you or tell you how to run your life, because I know I hate it when people do it to me, but I am going to offer a few simple suggestions, and you can take them or leave them as you like. So, here we are, 13 years of schooling, and we end it all here, in a crowded, sweaty auditorium, and wearing goofy hats. High school has probably meant something different to each one of us, and but whatever your impression of it was, leaving it is still sort of an odd experience. This is really the end of chapter 1 for us and the beginning of the next, and you may miss some things. There's people who you've known for years who you may never see again, and of course the big obvious one you'll miss is the chicken and fried steak. I'm sorry, I had to take a cheap shot at the food. It's kind of a mandatory joke for these things. You know, I don't have any easy answers, but I've been doing some thinking lately, and I've tried to work a few things out. Why? Well, basically, life begins right here tonight, and after this, you're on your own. After tonight, we really don't exist as a class anymore. That's all gone, dead, and buried, and the only thing left is you. So what are you going to do about it? Here we are, standing on the brink of the rest of our lives, and what's probably on your mind at this point in time happens to be the topic of my speech. Life. What's it all about, and what's in it for you? Nobody really understands what life is supposed to mean. Why are we here? What are we doing? Where are we going? Are we being charged for this? I don't know. The best we can do is speculate and guess, dream up theories of what it's all about. Now, there are two major approaches to life, and these are also the simplest. These are what I like to call the bumper sticker versions of life. One version can be summed up best as, don't worry, be happy, shop till you drop, etc., etc. And on the other extreme, we have life sucks, and then you die. Somewhere between these two lies the truth. And as we go from day to day, we realize that life isn't a continual beach party, but it's not a continual funeral either. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times, however you want to put it. Now, what you want to do is to try to tip the scales in your favor. The whole key to this is to be able to squeeze as much of the good stuff out of life as possible. There's a song by Louis Armstrong called It's a Wonderful World, and it really is when it comes down to it. But the sad part of this is that some people are just never going to get it. The great cosmic punchline of life escapes these people, and they'll never be able to figure out just how to make their time down here worth it. Because many people become so brain dead, so ruined by the monotony of school or their job or whatever, that they just can't see the good stuff when it comes along. These people approach life like it's a movie, where they can only watch and see how it eventually turns out, and the reel winds on, and they think they have no control over what's happening. They don't realize, they won't acknowledge, they don't even dare to look back at the projection room to see what's really going on. Now, some people might get up enough guts to go knock on the door, and then others would just go kick it in and take control of the whole works, and that is the ideal way to approach life. I mean, we've only got so much time down here on the big blue ball, so don't blow it. Let me illustrate. Let's say that this is you. Okay? It's only a Star Wars figure. I know it's corny, but you get the idea. This is you, and from here to the floor is life. And you're going to go through life about this fast. Boy, that just flew right by, didn't it? So don't fall into this trap of, oh, I'll do it tomorrow or it'll happen someday, because, hey, you only get one spin around. You can't put in another quarter and play again. I'm sorry, that's the way it is. I don't make up the rules. Now, there's a phrase I hate. I don't make up the rules. Is anyone out there familiar with the term bureaucrat? Well, if you aren't, bureaucrat, noun. A person in a bureaucracy, especially one who follows routine in a mechanical, unimaginative way, insisting on proper forms, petty rules, etc. Now, if that's not on the complete opposite end of the spectrum from what I've been talking about, I don't know what is. This is the second major point I have to make about life. Let's say that you've made up your mind to go out and live life the way you want to, okay? That's fine. But there's just one problem. Some people just don't want you to do that. You see, society today is what's known as very, very big and very, very complex, and there's certain people in charge of various parts of society who don't think that a loose gear in the machine is something particularly good. And as long as you're stupid and mindless, they have no problem with you. But once you stand up, once you try to assert yourself, then you're going to go head-to-head with these people, and it's going to get ugly sometimes, folks. It's going to be tooth and nail. They got some heavy hitters. You're going to run into the bureaucrats, the slimes, the dogs, the junior executives on the make, and they're going to try to wear you down. They want to drain the fight out of you because, boy, there's a world to run out there, and we can't have anybody rocking the boat. And they're going to want you to toe that line and smile that smile and shake that hand and join that club and golly gee and send your 1995 into K-Tel Records. But you're better than that. We're better than that. It's 1989, 5 years after 1984, but there's still room for the one man, the one woman to walk out into the world and tread their own path, do their own thing. And you know, that's the way it should be. So please, don't become the yes-man zombies of tomorrow. I don't want to come back to the 10-year reunion to see a bunch of lobotomy cases. Keep that wild look in the eyes. Go shake things up out there. Cut loose, take it to the limit, kick that baby into high gear and let it fly. Well, I suppose I should let Dr. Renz put in a few words sometime today, so let me close with this. Like I said before, tonight's our last night together as a class, and after this, everybody goes their separate ways. And I don't know where you're going to be in 10, 20 years, but wherever you are, the bars or the back alleys, the glass office towers and the New York penthouses, the factories or the art galleries, just try to keep some of this stuff in mind. Be able to look back with no regrets, and what can I say? You'll have won. And for now, for now, the night is young. The game is anew, and it's our turn at bat. Let's go out there and give it to them. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Matt. I'm glad you left your notes. I'm going to use them. It's my privilege this evening to perform two tasks. First of all, to introduce the school board and then to make a few remarks to the graduating seniors. First, your school board, and if they would please stand and remain standing until I've introduced all of them. After I introduce them all, I would ask you to join me in recognizing them. Mr. James Ferguson, Chairman. Mr. Kurt Schrepp, Vice Chairman. Dr. Joe Lipinski, Treasurer. Mr. Dwayne Prairie, Clerk. Mr. David Newman, Director. Please join me in thanking them for their efforts on behalf of the Fridley Schools. Now to the seniors who've already been so appropriately addressed. Commencement, Matt, you've got me. I'm not sure I can continue. Commencement really is a special time for me. And senior classes are very special people to me. They're special, I think, because you've been around for a long time. You've made a lot of contributions to your school and to your community. All senior classes have. This senior class in particular has done that. And they're special because they are the product of our school, and they're the people that they have invested so much in, you have invested so much in, and we in the school have invested so much in. This particular senior class, the class of 1989, is admittedly extra special for me. And it's an extra special class to me for two reasons. First of all, I moved to Fridley in 1976, which was the year the class of 1989 entered kindergarten. This is the first class that I've known since they started in the Fridley schools. And secondly, it's extra special to me because I address them this evening not just as the superintendent, but also as the father of a graduate. Because I address you this evening not just as the superintendent, but as a parent, in early May of this year, I sent a letter to 12 of your parents at random. And I asked your parents, if you were talking to your senior tonight, what would you want to say to them? And I promised them that I would try to use their comments and their input in my remarks this evening. Well, the response from your parents, those 12 sets of parents, was truly overwhelming. I received 2 books, numerous articles, some lengthy letters, lots of little notes, lots of anecdotes, more material than I could use in the commencements I ever hope to deliver, commencement remarks I ever hope to deliver in my life. I have reviewed the materials and the letters from your parents, from your loved ones, and I've put those together in the form of a letter to you. Rather than my traditional remarks this evening, I'm simply going to read this letter to you, a letter that is addressed to each one of you individually and personally from your mom, from your dad, and from your loved ones. Here's what they have to say to you tonight on your special evening. Dear Todd, Dan, Rolf, Barb, Wendy, Troy, Michelle, Jennifer, and all the rest of you, individually and personally, this is from us. This is a really important night for you, June 7, 1989. Maybe more important than you or we really know. It's so important because it signifies a big change in your life, perhaps the biggest change you will ever experience. We know, too, that this is a night when it's not easy for you to listen. We know that you're anxious, excited, and maybe even a little bit afraid, and certainly not in the best frame of mind for words of wisdom. However, we think that what we are about to tell you is of importance. We believe it with a passion, and we know it can help you if you take it to heart. So we ask you to take 5 minutes out, 5 minutes of time out, to ease the busyness in your minds and listen to what we have to say to you from our hearts. First of all, we want you to know that we are so very proud of you and love you so very much. While we haven't always done the best job, perhaps, of telling you this, know that we are proud of the person that you have grown to become, and that we have a love for you that we don't believe you will really understand unless or until you have children of your own. Our love for you is a love that will always be there for you no matter what, and no matter where you are. While we are proud of you and love you, we also have some concerns. Some of those concerns you could recite with ease. Remember to clean your room, don't forget to write your thank you notes, eat a good supper, be sure to get to bed at a decent hour. And you could add to the list from your own personal experience. Now, however, our concerns change somewhat because what we want for you is to be happy, to make a good life for yourself, to be safe, and we want you to remember us, to visit us, and to not forget how much we love you. I suppose you wonder sometimes why we're always so concerned. But remember, we do go back quite a long way together. You see, we remember carrying you around in our arms, having you up on our shoulder, the softness of your neck, watching you learn to walk, seeing you off the first day of kindergarten, your incredible eating habits, teaching you how to drive, and watching you grow up through elementary school, middle school, and high school. We remember how we literally lived your successes and failures with you, how we laughed and cried with you, and how we watched you work so hard, and sometimes not so hard. Indeed, we do go back a long way with you, right from your very beginning. Because of the incredible investment we have in your life and because we love you in such a special way, we obviously have some advice for you. We know sometimes it's hard to take advice. But this is our collective best effort, and it's giving with loving concern. Back in the old days when we were changing your diapers, we used to catch ourselves thinking, boy, when we get out of diapers, things are going to be a lot easier. Well, what we discovered was that when you got bigger, the issues got bigger, and the diapers weren't really so tough after all. This advice is intended to get you through the bigger issues in life, and it's wrapped up in 11 statements. So get ready. Here it comes. Number 1, dream big dreams. Have a vision for the future. Look beyond the next paycheck, beyond the end of the semester, and strive to be that person that you wish you could be. By doing that, you'll take charge of your potential and become what you're capable of. Number 2, it's far better to try and fail than to never try at all. Try your best for the best, and if you don't make it, it's okay to fail. Number 3, organize the small things in your life so that you have time for the really big and important things. Number 4, read with a passion. Everything known to man is written down someplace. Number 5, take care of your mind and your body. You're likely to be around for a long, long time. Number 6, life will present you with many opportunities disguised as problems. We hope that you'll view them as challenges, for dealing with the ordinary and the easy really doesn't develop your skills. Doing that which is difficult and tough will allow you to grow beyond your previous capabilities to new levels of achievement. Number 7, an excuse is just that, an excuse. Don't look for a way out. Look for a way to become involved. Number 8, there is more to life than increasing its speed. Sometimes we move so fast after quantity that we forget about quality. Slow down and enjoy the journey. Success is every single minute you live. It's the process of living, not the outcome, not the end, not the product. Number 9, respect your fellow man and the environment and do as little harm as possible to either one of them. Number 10, as Matt so amply said, there is humor in almost everything you will ever do and every place you will ever be. Look for it and don't lose it. And number 11, it's okay to like people. Finally, we have a secret to share with you. We set out to show the world to you when you were born, but what really happened was that you showed us the world through the eyes of childhood, when we had all but forgotten that magnificent experience. For that, we are eternally grateful to you. Congratulations and good luck. We're proud of you, we love you, and remember to write, call, and visit. Signed, your mom, your dad, and your special loved ones. Thank you.
It is with a great deal of pride that I ask the members of the class of 1989 to please stand. Members of the Members of the Board of Education and Superintendent Renz, the members of this class have fulfilled all the requirements from graduation from Fridley High School, as set forth by the State Board of Education and the Board of Education of Independent School District 14. In recognition of this achievement, they are entitled to their diplomas as graduates of Fridley High School. Before we proceed, we seek the cooperation of all of our guests this evening in withholding your applause and cheers until the entire class has been presented. Chairman Ferguson, at this time, with the assistance of Dr. Ingvelson, I will call the class of 1989 to the platform to receive their diplomas. Daniel Allen. Jacqueline Anderson. Kevin Anderson. Gregory Anderley. Shannon Bailey. Brooke Barnett. Catherine Biney. Sven Berglund. Jonathan Burgum. Benita Bjorgo. Michael Bjork. Laura Black. Michelle Blair. Brenda Bliss. Darlene Bloom. Amy Boyke. Paul Bonesteel. Yelitsa Bonilla. Frederick Brandt. Dawn Briggs. Scott Boltina. Justine Barant. Heather Burns. Ugo Caminoli. Carmina Campo. John Capretz. Jamie Chattel. Edward Chinchoy. Teresa Clanton. Jeffrey Clark. Neil Klontz. Teresa Crane. Eric Dahlberg. Michelle Davis. Teresa Duchesne. Andrea Demo. Perry DiCarlo. Mark Digeros. Lisa Devine. Dawn Dolan. Per Edlund. Daryl Edmondson. Matthew Ealing. Scott Eck. Stephanie Emerson. Lance Engdahl. Anthony Ingebrigtsen. Craig Erickson. Heather Erickson. Christine Erkenbrack. Angela Eastling. Lori Fensky. Thomas Finkel. Suzanne Finlayson. Jeffrey Flegel. Christina Forsyth. Craig Furstenberg. Julie Gageby. Tina Gilbert. Luis Huron. Chad Goring. Heather Grams. Carla Gustafson. Jeffrey Hahn. Lisa Hallbeck. Daniel Heyman. Rolf Hansen. Troy Hansen. Paula Harris. Terry Hastings. Brent Hoppert. Heather Heath. Jason Hebzinski. Stephanie Hyren. Timothy Henderson. Mark Henriksen. Corey Hosley. James Holmstrom. Amy Wong. Heidi Hughes. Lisa Hutton. John Irwin. Deborah Jacobson. Antonina James. Sean Janney. Audra Janiak. Anthony Johns. Anthony Johnson. James Johnson. John Johnson. Keith Johnson. Michael Johnson. Robert Jones. Jason Jordahl. Amy Jost. Heather Callagher. James Kangas. Kimberly Kelly. Deborah Kepler. Suzanne Kibler. Gregory King. Tracy Klein. Kirsten Kleppen. Wendy Knight. David Korzanowski. Jennifer Kubatowicz. Anthony Kuda. Kimberly LaFond. Jane Lipinski. Curtis Larson. Melanie LeBlanc. Bradley Lieberman. Jason Lennox. Andrew Lewis. Holly Lindquist. Catherine Logue. Maria Lopez. Tara Losi. Wendy Lovis. Michael Liga. Melissa Majeski. Leon Mayers. Chad McCormick. Jill Marilot. Peggy Mernon. Todd Messer. Coy Minier. Andrea Miskowick. Denise Moncada. Bruce Moore. Jennifer Moore. Jeffrey Moorman. Patricia Morin. Becky Mao. Timothy Myers.
Let's don't.
Jason Nelson. Nancy Newman. Kim Wen. Ty Wen. David Neiman. John Nordine. Antonio Novo. Charles Olson. Daniel Overby.
Wow, what a time.
Dale Owens. Jason Paquette. Stacy Patton. Christine Pedersen.
I don't.
Curtis Pastello. Carl Peterson.
I'm not going to graduate. I'm going to flunk.
Jody Plack. Justin Plessel. Brenda Polanski. Allison Potami. Stephen Pullen. Joseph Ranallo. Shannon Rosh. James Revis. Scott Redman. Carla Ryko. Daniel Reed. Troy Renz. Brian Ridgely. Jude Ronyak. Elisa Rosted. Christopher Runsui. Tracy Saba. Masuda Sajadi. James Saltness. Tracy Sandberg. Paul Savarinsky. Stephen Schaefer. Carla Schmidt. Ann Schuler. Sean Seiler. Christy Sharp. Valerie Silseth. Stacy Shervold. Todd Smith. Cheryl Sobiak. Christine Sobiak. Daniel Spano. Kevin Stadler. Tracy Steckman. Terisha Stellick. Jason Stromdahl. Catherine Stuber. Kelly Sunderland. Michelle Swenson. Hionao Taguchi. Darren Tatley. Christopher Taylor. Wendy Teskey. Joshua Truax. Penny Tverberg. Jason Ulrich. John Underhill. Jason Bain. Barbara Verkus. Daniel Voss. Tung Vu. Jessica Wanamaker. Andrew Wattenhofer. Jane Watts. Cindy Westfall. Deanna Widmark. Heidi Williams. Jay Williams. Todd Workman. Dominic Yarmuska. Melinda Young. Michelle Young. Troy Young. Kathleen Zacharias. Wayne Zustapol. Robert Zarowski.
Graduates, would you please stand? Just a personal word here of working with you, many of you, for so many years. It's such an honor to be a part of this time together. Thank you very much for allowing me to be a part of your graduation. Shall we stand? The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord look upon you with favor and give you his peace. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.